Okay, cake tut angles, how to get that perfect angle. It's very hard. It's not the easiest thing to do. I was not always the clean tutter. My tutting back in the day was very sloppy. My angles were sloppy. I was more into just the moves and the funk. Now tutting is very particular. You got to really get your angles down pat now. You know what I'm saying? One of the things you want to focus on is the shoulder. You know, my wife used to always tell me, focus on your shoulders and your angles will get proper. The reason why you know your angles are getting good is so you're going to feel the stress on the shoulder, all right? You're not always going to have a mirror to look at, but you can gauge your angle with your shoulder, okay? Now, if you feel the pressure points right here, you can raise your shoulder, your elbow above your shoulder, and you'll be able to tell by the pressure on your shoulder. All right? So that's one way to gauge it, because remember, when you're tutting in the crowd, you're not seeing the mirror, you're not looking into a camera. You don't know what your reflection if your angle is perfect. So start gauging with your shoulders. Okay? That's one way. Another thing you want to do, make sure that try to align your elbow to your shoulder. Okay? And that's very hard to do, but you got peripheral. And you use your peripheral while you're tutting, you're always going to take a little peek out the side to see is my elbow aligned. And another way to tell is while you're tutting, is bring them forward. Now when you bring them forward, you're going to see how perfect your elbows are together. Okay? You'll feel that strain on the shoulder, measure with your elbows. Now, get into the wrist. Flat as can be. You know what I'm saying? You want to pull back your wrist a little bit. You want to practice that when you're tutting. Again, gauge it by the stress level on your wrist. It's simple. If you don't feel no stress, then you know your angle is pointed up when it should be flat. You got to feel that stress. So yeah, you're going to feel a little bit of pain. You're going to get your arms are going to get a little tight, but you'll feel it. Now, final and most important part, one of my biggest problems is my pinky and my fingers all flipping all over the place. You know what I mean? Some people turn it into a style. I got criticized for a lot. I just look retarded when I do it. One of the things I try to do is squeeze my fingers together. Again, pressure. And I climb my thumb on top of my pointer, right above the knuckle, as high as I can. By doing that, that's creating a more flat effect. So I'm actually putting my thumb right on top, close to the knuckle, and I'm squeezing these fingers in tight. And as I'm squeezing them, I'm pretending that they're going straight out that way. Okay? Now this is a lot to think about. So when you have too much to think about, when you have all these little points that you got to remember, the only way to create a perfect tut angle in the solo is muscle memory. So drill. Stand in front of that mirror and drill each angle over and over and over and over again until you get that muscle memory. Then you won't have to think about it. All right? Peace.